What is the difference between anxiety and panic attacks? This is a question that a lot of people tend to struggle with. So I'd like to clarify that. The first difference is the timing. Anxiety, from a clinical perspective, is generally seen as something persistent and more long term, an ongoing sense of worry and concern. Whereas a panic attack is more sudden and shorter in its lasting. So usually it's something like a couple of minutes that the panic attack lasts, and the symptoms are also usually quite different. The difference in the symptoms is that the anxiety has ongoing sense of dread, whereas in a panic attack there are strong bodily sensations and it almost feels like having a heart attack. So most people that experience panic attacks will say things like, I really think I'm going to die, right? And they often end up in emergency rooms because they're really convinced they're going to have a heart attack. And they think that what they're experiencing is actually life threatening. That you don't have so much with anxiety, that is more a symptom of panic attack. Another key difference is the trigger. Usually with anxiety, something triggers it off. So you got a concern because something has come up. So, for example, in a social anxious setting, it might be an invitation, it might be an interview that you have to go to, it might be a party that you want to attend. Whereas with panic attacks, it could come even without any kind of trigger. That is not to say that it never has a trigger, but it could also come out of the blue, totally sudden. The treatment for it can be quite different. I have a special treatment that I suggest for people with social anxiety. See more about that in the comments and about my online course for it. Whereas with panic attacks, the treatment is far more a sensation based treatment because the cognitions, the thinking during the moment of an attack seem to be completely blocked. You almost have no power to be able to talk yourself out of a panic attack. Whereas with anxiety, that is easier. It might not be sufficient, but it could be easier. I hope that clarifies some of the difference between panic and anxieties.